Hello, my name is Jack Charlier, and I'm the CEO of the Police Treatment and Community Collaborative, PTACC. PTACC is the national and global voice of the field of deflection and pre-arrest diversion. I'm excited to welcome you today to this Deflection Software Video Series. This is the second time that PTACC has produced this Deflection Software Video Series for you, the field of deflection, in order to meet those companies and organizations that are seeking you to help do deflection and do it better by focusing on data, metrics, outcomes, and operational information that you need for your deflection site to serve your community as best as it can. I invite you now to sit back, watch, and enjoy each of these videos, and of course, solicit those companies that you think would provide you the best service and the best lift necessary as you continue to do the critical work of deflection in your community. Thank you again for joining us. Enjoy.
So, hello everybody. My name is Jonathan Ley. I'm the founder of the social enterprise Make Time Count today. So, we believe we're unique. We are the only product that was designed with police and specifically for deflection. We are identified recently by the Home Office, which is like our equivalent of a Department of Justice, as the only end-to-end deflection solution on the market. In terms of what we do, our approach and our product is backed up by academic support from the University of Cambridge and the Cambridge Centre for Evidence-Based Policing. First part of our product is we help the officer decide deflect or not to deflect. We then manage the handover to the deflection specialist. We've then got the criminogenic needs assessment. We've got the recommendation engine that links the user to what's available in the local community. And we track that referral all the way through the process within the platform. We give you that on a browser, and we also have that on a mobile app as well. And that can be used for offenders and also for victims. In terms of what value we bring to deflection, we're making deflection at the heart of policing. We're making it more trusted so that there's more deflection, and we're bringing deflection as a community activity. We're also significantly reducing the admin related to running deflection. Our Key Force says that they save around 2 hours per case, which is a huge amount of time because that's time they can then spend helping the user. We enable the force to build what we call a personal pit crew around each user, getting all of those agencies working together in real time to support that user. And more critically than just reducing admin, we're trying to build up a database of what works, what do users like doing, what do they engage with, and what has a real impact on their reducing reoffending. So it's about reducing the cost of running deflection, but also increasing the efficacy of running deflection programs. In terms of the user experience, we've made a platform that is super easy to use. We understand that a lot of our users, a lot of staff members, they focus on helping people, not sitting in front of a computer all day. So we've made the platform super easy to use. In terms of time saving, there's no more spreadsheets, no more email, no more phone tag about did my user turn up. All of that information is in the system. And as I say, we're saving over 2 hours per case for one of our clients. In terms of training, we can offer in-person training, we can offer training remotely, and within the system there's all sorts of user guides, step-by-step manuals helping users navigate through the system. In terms of what the staff are saying, one of our most recent clients got an email from the last week, says, my staff are loving the platform. Because what we find is when we save people time, they really enjoy engaging with us. In terms of everything that you enter into the system, it's all extractable in Excel. We've got a Power BI instance. You can see all of the reporting that you want around all of the cases, all of the users, all the referrals you're making. Everything can be either downloaded or created into dashboards. In terms of cost, look, we're a social enterprise. We donate 51% of our profits to businesses started by ex-offenders, but we still have to pay our bills. But we have a very low cost base, so we're not like a traditional software company. It does depend on the number of users, the number of partners, but roughly we think for a kind of a decent sized deflection site plus all of your providers, we reckon around about $10,000. If you were to increase this at a state level, we can probably reduce that further. So we're looking to work with police forces that want to track deflection. We want to work with deflection programs, state funders of those programs. We are a UK company, but we do have a US entity that we can contract through to make it easy for you guys. So that's Make Time Count. Let's have a look at the software. Okay, when one of your deflection specialists logs in, the first thing they see is their dashboard. Now, don't be overwhelmed by the different terminology here. All of this is configurable to your needs. All of the status names, even the name you give to a user, the name you give to a conditional referral is all completely configurable. So you can see your kind of status of where you are with everything. And then you can also see a list of all of the cases, incidents, whatever you call them, that you're currently working on. So you can go into those, you can see the person's name, you can see the offense they were committed, who's managing it, what the status is, pretty much everything about the case. So if I go into the edit view, again, don't get wedded to the steps. We can change those, we can modify the names, we can reorder them based on your process or create completely new ones. But a staff member or a police officer can create a case, can add a user. We've got an authorization workflow if you want it. They can book what we call a clinic. So that's when you bring somebody in to do an assessment of them. And then we've got the needs assessment. So we can go through a full criminogenic needs assessment. You can rename the questions. You can add and reorder questions as you see fit. And then we've got the conditions or the referrals that you want your users to go on. So the key thing here is the system automatically recommends things that are available in your local community. And that's based on the type of person, the offense, or the needs that have been identified. So for example, if you've identified this person as a military veteran and you've got a veterans charity, it would automatically recommend that you refer the people to those. So not only the referrals done in the system, you can see here the name of the provider. So if that referral is linked to a provider, that will get made directly within the system, and that provider will get a ping that they've been asked to do something on your behalf. So you can manage that full end-to-end of cases. But then all of those referrals that you've pinged to all of your different partners are all here on one dashboard. So you can see your user, the condition ID, what they've been asked to do, the status that you've got. So this is my police status in this case, or your team status, but also the status that your provider has given to that particular condition. Okay, so you can see exactly where you are. There's also a comments box, and this comments box has become a conversation between the partners. So, oh, I can't get hold of this person. What do you want me to do, etc., etc. So again, it's replaced things like phone tag to try and get updated information. We've also got a reminders tab, which is kind of like a task list. So if a status moves from X to Y, or a condition moves from status X to Y, it can create automatic reminders or automatic tasks. And our clients quite like this calendar view because then they can see exactly what they've got to do on any given day. Okay, so it's like a task list, like a checklist for you. So you can manage all of your cases here. You can manage it by kind of referrals or sort of, the individual line items within that plan, or you can also manage it at reminder level. Of course, you can also see just an overview of all of the users that you're working with. So I've got a user database, shows me all of the users that I'm currently working with, shows me the type, the status, the name. And if I go into each one of these users, there's a huge amount of information that we can capture on this particular user. Their bio information, any documents that I've uploaded, any cases that are doing. And we also collect attendance information and feedback from the user and about the user, which is what we use to try and work out what interventions this type of person actually likes to do. Okay, there's a huge bunch of other functionality within the platform that I haven't got time to show you. We've got a calendar, so you can see your colleagues' calendars, you can see your users' calendar. You can manage all of your interventions and projects via the platform. We've got an instant messenger, we've got email functionality, SMS, and as I said, all of the help guides are also available in the platform as well. So yeah, a huge amount of rich functionality, a little bit too much for today, but if you're interested in a demo, I can give a longer version. So when your partner receives a referral, they'll get an email saying, hey, you've been sent a new referral, please log in and have a look. So when they log in, they'll see that, again, their dashboard, how many users they've got to look at, how many referrals they're currently working on, any comments they need to read, the type of conditions or referrals that they're currently working on, right? So again, it's just their dashboard. So they come in here and they see all of the different referrals that have come in and what they're being asked to do. Okay, so they can either accept it, say, yeah, I'm going to do that. They can either say, no, this person's not acceptable to me, or they might want to review it. They might want to say, hang on a second, I need to check out this particular person. So Mr. Ley here, I need to check him out before I decide whether I'm going to actually accept him into my organization. Okay, once they do accept, they again get the same list that you see within your platform. Okay, so this user has been sent to me in order to do this on this start date, and it's due by this time. And it looks like I've assigned this particular person to a whole number of individuals that are all working on this particular person. So I can see the status that in this case, the police or the deflection specialist have given to me, and I can see the status that I've added to that particular condition. Okay. So as a service provider to your deflection specialist, all I have to do is come in here, do what I need to do, say, yeah, that's completed. It's completed successfully. All good. Save. That information is then automatically sent back to the deflection specialist that's made this referral. And that's all we need to do. We don't have to send around Excel spreadsheets and all that kind of stuff. It's all done within one platform. And again, as your service partners, again, they get access to all of the users. So they see the information that you've shared with them. What I will say very importantly is the information that you want to share, you can share. Not everything is shared by default. So if you upload a note, you can choose to share that with this service provider, but it's not by default. Everything is only for my organization by default. Very important distinction to make. But the service providers have all of this information. The other thing, as you'll notice, there is a light and dark mode within the system. So depending on which one you prefer, you've got that light and dark mode. I just wanted to show you that as well. Another unique aspect of our product is everything is available on the mobile app. So we have a mobile app for the staff members of your organization, so the deflection specialist, your service providers, your partners also have access to the app, and the end users and potentially any of their friends and family also have access to this app as well. So it looks very similar for the end user. I'm logged in as a staff member, but the end user sees very similar things. So you've got a sort of a dashboard, again, shows you notifications, any activities, any incidents or cases that you're involved in. You've got a calendar, so that'll show you all of the appointments, any notes, anything else that you've got in your calendar. There's a shortcut, so I can take a note on the go. I can add a calendar invite. I can even open a case on the go as well. I've got instant messenger, so I can have a chat with my colleagues or any of the users that I'm supervising. The users can also contact the people that are supporting them. They can't contact anybody else, but they can reach out to the people looking after them. As a staff member, so I can see all of the cases that I'm working on. And I can also create a new case and edit the cases as well. So just looking at a random one. So as I showed you on the platform, exactly in the same way, I can see all of the different things about a case and I can go and edit it or again, create it. So if I want to change the needs assessment on the fly, I can do that on the app as well. So if I'm sitting with a user, I can update anything related to their case. Same with all the conditions. I can see a list of those as well. Outside of the case, I've also got a help feature. So we want to enable your users to kind of help themselves, okay? So what we put in here is anyone that can support you. So anything that you've got in your local area, any 24/7, any support apps, support websites, anything like that, we want to be able to help your users find services for themselves. So the 24/7, again, this is all just test data. But things like Samaritans is a big UK-based organization that will help you if you call them. So there's anything else, if you're in crisis, you've got all of that information at your fingertips. Okay. We also have this check-in and check-out functionality, which is very important. When your users are turning up to an event, they can actually check into that event. They can take a picture of themselves to say, yeah, I'm turned up to this particular deflection intervention. And at the end of it, they can check out. And they can leave feedback about that event as well. So that check-in helps them prove that they attended. So there's no discussion about whether they attended or not. And the check-out feature, so at the end of it, we get feedback from the user and we get feedback from the facilitator that looked after that user as well. So by that, we get 360-degree feedback and we can make judgments about what interventions work for which people. So there you go. We're also mobile enabled as well. So thank you very much for your time and attention. I know it's a little bit rushed, but if you would like a longer demo or to talk to us about how we can help you, all of our details will be available as well. Thanks very much. Have a great day.